Hello, this is Victoria Wynn. So what I'm creating today is the background for Majestic Mountain. So it would go like this, but in this video, I'm going to take great care to really focus on the background, and then we'll do the other pieces in a separate video. I don't want to rush the background here because we're going to do a beautiful Northern Lights piece. So this is just some black acrylic and a sponge brush, like a foam brush that I've got from the dollar store. So first I'm going to create a bit of a galaxy kind of look. So I've got some teal, and I'm just going to dab it around until I like the look of it. I also have some blue acrylic, but I wanted to share with you that there's a trick to it, which is I've added Atlantic powder. So that's what Atlantic powder looks like. So one of my tricks is to take, you know, your run-of-the-mill blue, and then I've added the Atlantic, and it's going to give it a touch of a metallic sheen. So I'm going to blend that into my piece here. This has a little bit of Floetrol in it. That's why it's so runny right now. But you can see the shimmer and the shine, and that is not a metallic paint that tend to not do so well. I don't find metallic paints typically to be a wonderful product. So what I do is I add some of our powders and create my own amazing metallic paint that way. You can't really overdo it, so it's up to you how much shine you want. Kind of like a recipe if you're cooking, you know, salt to taste. So whatever that is to you is what you should do. So I added quite a bit. I really like a nice metallic, like deep blue. So it's an additive. It's not a pigment to change like the whole color. It's to add. Okay, so here's my night sky so far. I'm kind of pondering it to see if maybe I want to take a paper towel and dab it around a bit. Kind of like, you know, old school, like 90s sponge painting. I think I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it with a touch of white on the paper towel. So this is your regular old Liquitex Basics. And in white. I talk about the magic of white in my Create Any Color online course. Allow me to show you some of the magic right here of why white is an incredible thing to use. So white gives illusion of depth. Sometimes it could be illusion of stars, but certainly depth. I'll pick it up and show you. So kind of like the cosmos. It just keep playing with it until you're happy with it, because I don't quite want it to go gray. Right in my center area, it's starting to go a little gray, kind of like my head of hair, and I prefer not to do that right now. So I'm going to add a little more black to the middle areas. Feel free to do some Googling of Milky Ways and universes, and you'll see what I mean about having some light areas and some areas that are very, very dark. I think I might let me turn on the light to give you a better view. Okay. So I'll add a coat of the non-toxic Luxe Water Effects so we don't have the three-dimensional look that's going on. As a matter of fact, sometimes I like to add it while everything is still wet. If you're going to add Luxe Water Effects, because it does create a beautiful marbled look, then put your piece of wood on top of something. The Luxe Water Effects is really sticky. So I save lids for, you know, reduce, reuse, and paint a lot. But otherwise, the water effects will like stick my wood to my tray. Like, it's kind of powerful stuff. Okay, let's get daring and add some water effects while it's still wet. You could create a beautiful like resin coating to this, totally up to you. For me, I like to use the non-toxic water effects. It can be used as a top coat, or you can make ocean waves with it. Here we go. Things are about to get wild. When you take a product that initially was created more for top coating and high shine, and then you go and put it into something wet, it's kind of a neat effect. So you tilt it just like you would an acrylic pour. You can see it's picking up. So the cloudiness is, look at the black, that beautiful black effect that it's doing. The cloudiness is goes away when it dries. So far I can already tell that it's creating some really neat looking marbling going on in black. So I'm going to add some more. I just put it in a cup so I can do a whole lot. It comes in a bottle with a small tip, so if you want to draw shapes that look wet, water droplets, or what have you. But you can also just put it in a cup and then pour like so. I think I'm going to, so I still need to do this area over here, but I think I want to play with some of the metallic blue and watch and see what kind of marbling it does. You can kind of layer it like you would resin. Typically I wear gloves, by the way. Even if it's non-toxic, it doesn't mean it's great for your skin. So, and it's so sticky. So I just use baby wipes and clean my hands off all the time when I'm using the water effects. Okay, give you a close view. So right now, I'm still working on the background. Haven't even started on the Northern Lights part, which is so fun, but creating like beautiful Milky Ways, that's fun to me too. So we're in part 1 of the fun. All right, let's see. So if I take some of my blue and just go in a wave-like design across like that, maybe another one right here, like that, wave-like design to make things look a little more organic. Let's add some more water effects. Watch how it reacts to the blue. You see what I'm going for with the Milky Way, you know, night sky effect. Watch it move. Oh, it's so interesting. It's so fun to play with. The water effects. And I can see the sparkle in it. So over here, I love that part, but I want it to break up a bit. It's a bit bold. So all I'm going to do is get more water effects and pour right over that spot, and it will separate it like parting of the seas. It is so fun. Okay, cleaning my hands again. I care about my skin. Plus it's really sticky and annoying to get onto my hands. Okay. All right. Our background is coming together. We're gonna break up this one spot. Here, let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. So I can leave it like that, or I can tilt and see what it does. My gosh, it's so fun. And remember that sparkle is from Atlantic powder, which we had just run out of, but we have more, thank goodness, now, because I was missing it. Because of all my sponge painting, I've got like a look that's not completely smooth. It might smooth out on its own because Luxe Water Effects is self-leveling. But if it doesn't, then I'll just add another coat and it will self-level into any of the grooves. So that's a little trick with the water effects. I'm just gonna break up the spot right there. And I think we have a pretty amazing night sky. So far, so good. I'm almost thinking of playing with this color. It's like a deep green teal. You know what? I'm actually gonna do white. I'm gonna play with white again. So clearly this is time for you to have creative fun. You get to make your universe however you like. Totally up to you. This is white with Floetrol. I'm just gonna add a little. Like so. And let's see what kind of fun effects we can make that look like galaxy using the water effects. All right, here we go. Things are getting wild right now. Just poured a little water effects on there. I named it pretty appropriately. It creates a lovely, lovely, watery, soft look. I'm gonna move it around until I feel like I'm getting my universe look. And that's gonna be, the way you do it is totally up to you. It's coming together. Remember to pause and breathe through this process. Sometimes when we are doing something new or experimental, we can hold our breath, and it causes our heart rate to go up, and it does the opposite of what art, the benefits of art to relax ourselves. It can cause the opposite effect if we're stressing about it. So even with me, I mean, I do so many things that are different and innovative, and it can cause me to hold my breath. So what I'm going to do is find my Floetrol, because I am going to add just a touch of the teal through my white, because they're looking quite beautiful right now. I'm really happy, but I could be a little happier. So I'm going to add some teal, and I've got lots and lots of Floetrol. Here we go. That's the kind that I use and have been for 2.5 years. I'm just gonna pour a bit into a cup, like so. Let's see. It's a couple tablespoons, not very much. And then I'm going to stir right into this. I don't care that there's some black in my teal. Doesn't matter. This is space. So what does it matter? So I'm just going to take a little scoop, put it in my Floetrol, and like this, and just start stirring. Now remember that the Floetrol dries clear, so don't worry if it looks a little light right now. It will get dark. I do not use glue or silicone, just or water, just the Floetrol, and in this case this is an acrylic paint. I'm going to add a little more Floetrol so it's a touch more runny, and then I'm going to add a little bit to my, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to add a little bit to my beautiful night sky, my background to Northern Lights. Okay. Now, water effects right over the same line, and then I'm going to tilt a bit. I'm going to go over the white just a touch to tone it down. Looks like there wasn't quite enough Floetrol because my paint is a little thicker than I wanted, but not a problem, not a problem. I'm just going to add more water effects. Now we are using a lot of very wet products on this, so really you're gonna want to have it level as it's drying. You know what I meant to do and I forgot? I wanted to do my trick, which is add a metallic powder into this, because then I would have a little sparkle through there. Let me see if it's rectifiable or not. So what I was thinking is a touch of Lagoon. You know, let's go for it. But this time I'm going to have more Floetrol in my mixture. Like this. Add a little more. Add some Lagoon Luxe Metallic Powder. And stir it up and see if I like it. If I need a little more. I'm thinking more. I like the more the merrier with the metallic powders. I have not yet overdone it, where I was like, oh, I did too much. I really enjoyed using these. Do you see the little shine in there? I don't know if that's enough shine for me, actually. So again, this is called Lagoon Luxe Metallic Powder. We have 3 different kinds of powders: metallic, color shifting, and pearl. Pearl looks more satiny. Metallic looks just like you see it. Very, really bold and deep shimmer. And then color shift is kind of like the metallic, but with a bit, it will change colors. Okay, I'm trying to decide. And nope. Because I'm only going to use a little bit, so might as well make it worth it, right? A touch more Floetrol. My powders do thicken it up a bit, so you'll need to use a little bit more. Okay, here we go. I think I'll just go over the same spot maybe, so I can get the metallic in there. All right, let's see what that does. Some water effects right over it. That white is just Floetrol. It's gonna dry clear, and don't worry about that. Okay, this is my favorite part. Seeing how it's gonna react to the other colors, what it's gonna do. It's so fun. And this is also the part where, you know, you get to just be you and really listen to your intuition on when to stop. You know, what to do next. Because there's not a right or wrong. It's just go with whatever feels good to you. And right now, this surprised me a bit, but I'm really loving this shimmery thing that I've got going off the top. So I might just put a little blue to break this up down here. A little bit of balance. So it's not all that teal color right there. And then again, I'm just more water effects to marble it. This is one of my sneaky tricks. For marbling and night skies and things. There we go. Basically, I'm just gonna take a look and decide if I feel like I'm done. I think I might move the white down just a touch. It's starting to dry even a bit. So the goal is to create depth, right? Like, you know, the universe, it just goes on and it's deep and mysterious. And so that's what I'm working on creating with my background here, is a mysterious, gorgeous depth. I think I'm going to add just a touch more, speaking of depth, a touch more black. I'll give it a little swirl in the cup. And then I think I'm gonna move on to the Northern Lights part. Slow as molasses. Speaking of slow as molasses, with your water effects, I like it to run a little slow when I'm doing marbling and ocean waves and things. But if you're just doing a top coat, you can save a lot of product by just warming it up, kind of like you would a baby bottle, and have the water effects in its container, and then dip it into a cup of warm to hot water. So here I am, just moving around some of that black. And it's working. And I'm constantly cleaning my hands, just so you know what I'm doing behind the scenes. That's important to me that you know that if you're not wearing gloves, then be cleaning your hands, especially with things like baby wipes. I think I'm going to add a touch more of the black, and then I'm going to get moving on to the next portion here. Let's see. Found a little more black that was made. It looks like it's got some, I'm hoping that's just water effects and not white, because I'm not going for a more white look. Okay, giving it a little swirl, and here we go again. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Oh my gosh. I don't want the white to go away too much. Okay, I'm gonna show you a close-up. Clean my hands first, and show you a close-up. Gotta make sure that my lids are evenly. We don't want to get the wood. I mean, wood warps, and that's just kind of the way it is. So we really want to help it to stay level as much as possible. Okay, I'm taking a look, and I'm thinking, do I want to do anything different? Do I just want to let it be? I'll give you a close look. Okay. Oops, let me fix that. Okay, here we go. Now that was a heck of a fun time. I might leave it, since I know that I'll be tossing some powders on there. Almost a shame, because it's looking amazing. What I might do is set up another workspace that's a bit cleaner. And Also visually it'll be easier for you to see. So let me do that really quickly here. And I've got a bunch of different color shifting powders I'm considering using. I've got to figure that out. You know, which ones I use, what's too much. And I don't want to go overboard. So, all right, I'm getting my workspace cleared up here. Taking another breath, actually, also. So I'm thinking about Night Tide and Saturn's Rings, perhaps. Clearing off my space. It got really wild behind the scenes here. I mean, it's a mess. It is a mess. So I can't have that because it stresses me out when things are just chaotic while I'm trying to paint. So fixing that up real quick, and I'm gonna move my piece of art over. So I don't have water effects everywhere. And it should be easier for you to see the next steps, which I am very excited about. Okay, almost there. What other colors am I looking at using? Oh, kaleidoscope flakes, perhaps in Rainbow Mist, which is like an iridescent, it looks kind of lit up though, which is why I like that idea. Here we go. Move things over and get some of the bottom of the water effects that's dripping. I like to use the edge to scrape off excess. Get this out of the way. Mike, thank you for your service, but you're a sticky, gross mess now. See ya. So I get those from the dollar store. They're oh so handy. Here we go. Cleaner workspace for me. I've got new lids and just a little plastic lining. And of course, more baby wipes. Okay, here we go. Deep breath. I also have LUXE Sinatra powder. That has a stunning rainbow effect. So, and then I've got electric powder. Oh, there's so many choices, guys. I'm trying to be minimalist. Also, got to do a little planning, right? Because, you know, some of this is going to get covered up. And I think what I like best is that blue coming up from behind the mountains. Let me turn this around just a little bit. Let me give you a better view. Like this. Okay, so I've got this, it's this shimmery, it's what I used, Lagoon powder and teal paint and stirred it up. It's looking so beautiful like that. Oh my gosh, I don't know that I need to do much more. Wow, okay, good to know. And you know, you gotta do a little planning. So right off the bat, there is some Sinatra. I'm gonna let it tilt off a little bit, and looks like things are drying pretty quickly, so I'm just gonna water effects and watch what happens. Did I just scare all of you? Did I just freak you out? Just watch. Okay. More water effects. Actually, I think I'm gonna use some of the black from the leftover of my other cup. Give it a little swirl, like so. Okay. This has been fun and oh so messy. So what it did is it created beautiful layers. Let's go back this way, because remember, my mountains are going to cover a lot of this on the bottom, and I want to see some of the Sinatra. So I'm going to let it tilt up just a bit. Clean your hands. I'll show you with the camera. I can see the color shift really bold, but the camera can, at times it can dull some of the beauty. So let me show you. Let's see if we can pick it up. One of my tricks is to turn off the light and just use the flash, you know, the light from the camera, because it picks up. It'll pick up like all the colors. My lid, level things out. Remember to keep things level. Things are moving around, getting wild. There we go. Stay right there. Oh my gosh. Wow, this was actually more fun than I even thought it could be. Well, boy, if I use anything else, it might be too much. Subtle and classy. We want to keep it subtle and classy. I think I'll use a few kaleidoscope flakes in a little corner. Actually, down here, since I know the mountains are going to cover most of that part, and let's just see what we even think. Oh, well, that turned out sort of beautiful because they're like lighting up like electricity. Okay, we're gonna do a touch. Let me get the camera back here. A touch up here, almost like stars. Just like a little bit. I did that with wet hands, which was not the best idea. Only because it's just hard to, there we go. I'm sprinkling it. It's just hard to get off my fingers. It's gorgeous down here. Okay, this is Victoria Wynn of Wynn Modern Art. I am going to show you the video with some better lighting so you can see what I can see. So in this piece, I've used black, teal, white in acrylics basics, and as far as LUXE art supplies, I've used LUXE Sinatra powder, a touch of kaleidoscope flakes in the color Rainbow Mist. When they hit black and dark blues and dark colors, they like light up like electricity. I've also used a blue acrylic, and remember in this, I stirred in our Atlantic metallic powder to give a really beautiful metallic shine. And then in our teal paint, I have added Lagoon. And then a whole bunch of Luxe water effects until I was happy with the effect that I got. I just continued working with it and working with it until I was happy. So, all right, I'm so excited to show you what this looks like. Victoria Wynn, WynnModernArt.com is where you can get all of the Luxe art supplies. And next are the other 5 layers, and they will go like this. Gorgeous. Thanks for joining me, everybody. So fun.